Guys, it's me. I'm back.
What's up, party people? We're like, Mads, come on.
All right, this show is taking a turn for the.
I'm asking why I'm all tied up in knots. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Monster Bass Live. I'm Rick. I'm on time. I'm glad you guys are. We got a great show for you. My guest today is none other than Josh Treadwell, and if you don't know him, you're gonna get to know him pretty soon. Hope you guys are having a good week. I'm having a great week. I'm fired up. So I quit coffee about a month ago, cold turkey. My doctor said that my body goes into this fight or flight mode from the moment I wake up, and I don't eat breakfast, and the fact that I add coffee to the mix just doesn't do well. So I just cold turkey gave it up. But we had Greek for lunch today, and I got a little tired, and boy, I really missed the high, you can tell. So we have been prepping nonstop for Black Friday. We got ridiculous sales. If you're just tuning in for the first time, I acquired a company. So on my birthday, I acquired a company called Outlet Bait and Tackle. And we are in the process of figuring out the plans on how to assimilate them and bring them into the Monster Bass community. But I'll tell you what, they got a giant inventory of product, like bigger than what we've got on our store. And I would say you should go check them out because the sales are ridiculous. The prices are out of control. And if you haven't signed up for the VIP list, make sure you do, because that's the only place I'm going to send out the deals for Black Friday. Every day, all week long, I'm going to send you a text message that's exclusive to Monster Bass, exclusive to Outlet Bait and Tackle, and, everything you need for your holiday plans, you can get under one roof. So give it a check. I encourage you. Yes, John Nolte says it best. VIP list is best. I was just talking about Scott Hughes. So Scott Hughes, I owe you a rod. I am going to give you a call tomorrow. I'm going to Venmo you $150 and let you pick out the rod that you want wherever you're shopping at. I'll tell you why. I've tried to ship this rod twice, and for whatever reason, it's been returned to me twice, and I'm getting a little pissed off. And I don't want to be disrespectful to the fact that you've already, I promised you this rod, and we talked on the phone. I can't seem to get my mailman to pick it up. It might be because it's an 8-foot piece of PVC tube, and it looks like it's a pipe bomb, a pretty big one. And so maybe that's why he keeps returning it to my porch. Either way, I'm going to Venmo you the money, and you can pick out whatever rod you want from whatever store you want. I hope you can. I hope you're cool with that. So you're good. Charlie, the average guy fishing. I just received a box in October. I want to say, well worth the money. Thank you. Now you just need to let me know about the ambassador. Well, all right, we got a choice, Charlie, the average fishing guy. I can either go check on your application now, or I can cancel the show, one of the two. Or I can do the show, sorry. But I'll tell you what, Charlie, let's have the interview right now. Why don't you call the hotline and when it goes live, and we'll talk about your application. If you guys, if this is your first time tuning in, we do things a little bit differently. We're going to have a guest on, and we're going to encourage you to join in with a conversation. So we got a hotline up there at the top of the screen. You can't miss it. So when the hotline's open, call in. Any question you have, no holds barred. You want to yell at me. You want to tell me that we're great. You want to ask me a fishing question or my guest. We're there for you. So James has the best tattoo on the planet, or many tattoos. So let's jump to things. So we got a great guest in Josh. We got the golden tickets. I finally got a winner. It's so exciting. If this is your first time, every month I put a golden ticket in the box individually numbered. I'm going to call them out. If you're the winner, I'm going to send you a prize, which is great because it'll help me clean out my garage. And my garage is starting to look pretty good because I've been giving away more and more stuff. So let's get that stuff going. What else do I want to share? Ice fishing. Ice fishing has returned. So, throughout the month of November, December, January, and February, you can order our 4-month ice pass. Gives you something to do when the water's frozen over, right? So I encourage you to check it out. And, other than that, just like I said, prepping for Black Friday, little Thanksgiving action, and so I'm looking at my notes here. I think I talked about everything. All right, let's call this a show a wrap. We're good. I'll see you guys later. I'm just kidding. I missed you guys last week, so it's good to be back. I'll tell you, we've been lining up some serious conversations. I had a really great call with Booyah. I had a really great call with Gary Yamamoto, Z-Man. There are going to be some things in 2022 that you're not going to see elsewhere, and I'm really excited for it. Before we get going, I want to let you guys know we are going to have a hard stop today at 5 o'clock. Why? Because my good friends over at Burley Fishing are going to have smallmouth, or Travis Manson as a guest. I think he's entertaining. I think he's one of the most knowledgeable fishermen on the planet. He's definitely in the top, I'll put him in the top 10 smallmouth anglers on the planet. And I think you guys should give him go give them a listen. So, yeah, well, Nowak, I don't know. Maybe Nowak needs to go toe-to-toe with Travis, and we'll see what happens. One of the two of them believes in the flat earth, so there you go. All right. Before we get over to our guest today, again, if you've got any questions about your subscription, you know that the chat line is monitored by the bearded bad man's better half, and so be kind to Bethany. And ask her any question that you do have. And if you feel like it, make Red rich. Last week or 2 weeks ago, our super chat was all about buying a subscription, or what was that, AAA membership for Ben. I don't know. What should we do this week? Who should we donate it to? I don't know. Super chat because you like it. All right. Let's get it right into the meat and potatoes of the show. Our guest today is Josh Treadwell. He's from New Hampshire, and I'm sure you all are familiar with his channel. If you're not, we're going to get up close and personal with him for the next hour. I hope you got some questions lined up. Let's put him in the hot seat and welcome him to the show. Josh, how's it going, man?
Pretty good. Yourself?
Good. How's
nice to meet you.
Yeah, likewise. How's your day going?
Good so far. I did some fishing this morning, did some video editing this afternoon.
How'd we do?
So far.
How'd we do?
Well, the first place that I stopped at is a saltwater spot, and there were seals everywhere, so that was a bust. Seals eat all the trout that I try to catch. And then the second spot was pretty good. So caught a couple trout there, and then headed home and started editing some videos that I'm backlogged on. So
Nice. Now, most of the time when I'm talking to someone, they're sitting behind a bait wall. I'm looking at yours. Yours is a little bit different. What am I looking at?
This is normally it's just a blank wall. I actually moved my office around just for this. I am like a very not like mechanical driven person, so my walls have nothing on them normally. I have my son on this side or the other side there, and then some big catches on the other side there, just to like give some background.
Yeah. How old's your son?
He's 2 years old, and he's a
nice.
little monster most of the time, but he's great.
That's awesome. Congratulations. Just the one?
Yeah, just the one, and a 5-year-old Labradoodle dog. So it's enough for our hands right now. Me going full-time YouTube, it's enough. So
yeah, so let's talk about this. So your channel's Bend It Fishing, and you've been at this for about how long?
I've been at Bend It Fishing for 5 years, but it's been one video a week for 4.5 years of those.
Okay.
And I started it because I just started getting into fishing more, and there was no product review on the Humminbird Helix. And I'm like, you know what? Let's do a review. Let's do an unboxing. Then those videos just started taking off, and I just started doing it once a weekend forever. And that's
Nice.
what I'm doing now.
Nice. And so you recently made a decision to try and give this a full-time go.
Yeah. I was a manufacturing consultant for the last 3 years for a company here in New Hampshire. So I was running around helping other companies out, seeing them, make more money because I'm making their processes faster. And I'm like, you know what? I need to do something for myself. I hate working for people. I realized I hated working for this particular company and working for people. And this is a great opportunity. I'm going to ride it as long as I can and see if I can make a living out of it. I also have, all my degrees to fall back on if this doesn't work out. But I'm gonna give it a whirl. And for me, my high season is the ice fishing season. So I'm really looking forward to the ice. Hopefully that comes soon because right today it was like 70 degrees out, so that's not good for making ice.
All right. Before we talk about ice fishing, I heard you say degrees plural.
Yeah, I have 3 degrees, an associate's, a bachelor's, and a master's, all in like manufacturing technology. So I'm like a business consultant kind of style. I'm a pretty smart book guy, and then I do a lot of hands-on stuff, and I help a lot of companies out for the last 3 years, and making manufacturing better and faster for them. That's what I've been doing for the last like 12 years or so with different companies. So been doing that, but fishing's been my passion forever. Got me through a bunch of stupid stuff, and now I'm doing it full time, and it is more exhausting than I ever thought.
Nice. Where'd you go to school?
Central Connecticut State University in New Britain, Connecticut.
Cool.
Was my bachelor's and my master's, and I did some stuff up in New Hampshire here before I went down south. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Go to any fish concerts?
No, I did not.
I mean, you're from New England in the Northeast.
Yeah,
so
no, I was a country fan for like rock, like I don't know, Linkin Park for a long time, and then country music. I never got into fish, I guess. Not my style of music, I guess. But
there you go. I like the Linkin Park. I mean, that dude's voice is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It
every time I hear him on the it was. Yeah, every time I hear him on the radio, it's just it's too bad. Yeah. Saw him a couple times in concert.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about ice fishing. So, like, when did you start ice fishing? And or let's actually go back to when it all first started. Where did the love for fishing start?
So, it's weird. So, when I was younger, the only time that my dad has owned his own business for the last like 20, 30 something years. I was listening to a podcast, surprisingly, a podcast about like life goals and stuff like that, starting your own business. And I was working for a very boring job at the time. And it was saying like, try to make a living out of something that you like doing. And something you like doing is usually what you remember as a kid and what you like doing as a kid. And my dad would take us fishing every once in a while when we were younger, and I always had great memories of that. So I was in between jobs when I moved to Vermont for a little while. I moved to like the Lake Champlain area, and I started fishing in between jobs, and then I just kept fishing, and it's just always been, some reason to get outdoors. So I've just been doing it forever. So technically my dad got me into it, and then my cousin, John, was doing bass tournaments up in the Lake Champlain area when I moved up there. And I did my first bass tournament with a trout rod and no idea what I was doing. And I think we got second or third place that day or something like that. And I was just like literally hooked after that. Like that was the day that was like, okay, I need to bass fish. And I bought a boat the next, I bought a bass tracker like, I don't know, a year after that when I could afford it, and just been dumping money into it ever since. I've dumping money into fishing and going fishing ever since.
That's amazing. I want to give a big shout out to Big Rich Fishing for your $20 super chat. Thank you so much. All right, so when did you decide to walk out on the ice? I mean, ice fishing to me is so weird. Like, it's something I really want to do. you know, as a guy living in Los Angeles, I see pictures of like the Brainerd Ice Festival, and I look out and I see like, you know, it's like a small city out on the ice, and you know, there's 10,000 holes and
Oh yeah.
25,000 people out on the ice, and they got trucks. And I'm thinking to myself, these people are just, you're crazy. And but it's something I'm so interested in. So how'd you start? Like, when was the first time you went ice fishing?
First time I went ice fishing was with my cousin John. He's got a small YouTube channel too, Woods and Weeds Outdoors. I was bored in the middle of winter. He says, "Let's go ice fishing." I'm like, "Okay, what do I need?" I went and bought a small ice fishing rod at Dick's Sporting Goods. Um, I don't think I caught anything besides like frostbite the first time. And then I saw all the gear, like he was using a sonar and had like a nice auger. And so I started buying, like I love buying stuff, like most guys do, buying gear and
Yeah.
technology and buying nice things. So I just started getting more and more into it. And first place I went to was like crappie fishing and perch fishing. And then I started getting into the technology and using sonars. And it's, you know, I played video games when I was younger, and ice fishing now is so much like a video game if you can set it up that way with a sonar. Like you're vertically digging, you're chasing fish. It is like watching screens all day long. Um, I don't remember what year that was, and I went from sitting on a bucket to now I have a snow dog to a flip over, and I sleep on the ice, and I have underwater cameras, and
That's
it's
crazy.
just it's great. And like the allure of it is I used to ski when I was younger, and skiing is just so damn expensive, uh, and it's exhausting. And ice fishing isn't. You can make ice fishing expensive. Skiing's always expensive. You got to
Yeah,
buy a
I
pass
would.
for the day.
Yeah,
And so I just stopped skiing and I just switched over to ice fishing, and I just haven't turned back since, I guess.
yeah. I was gonna say that. I'm like, skiing's so expensive, but it sounds like you've made fishing really expensive.
Yeah, I have, and so that consultant job was paying for a lot of that stuff. So I'm all set up now for at least this year. I shouldn't need any more ice fishing gear except for lures.
Mm.
Yeah, always go through there. So I'm all set up for this year. We're just waiting on ice. That's going to be another month at least.
Yeah.
I was on ice December 18th last year, so
Mm.
literally a month to the day. We'll see what happens.
All right. Okay. We're gonna open the phone lines, and so everybody, I don't care what your question is. I mean, I do care what your question is, and that's why I want to hear it.
Yeah, ask away.
So ask away. All right, question for you. So, I tune into your channel, Bend It Fishing. What kind of videos you make? How many subs do you have?
Like 5,100, 5,200.
Okay.
And
Congratulations.
thank you. And that's been a long term in the making. Obviously, I've been doing it severely part time and having a kid and moving to multiple states and traveling and all sorts of stuff. So what I'm trying to do is switch my channel into more of a cinematic videography kind of channel now that I have more time to it. So more of the higher production, longer output, longer B-roll and drone footage and stuff like that. Now that I have more time to edit, before it was like go film, see what I can do, and crank out an edit as fast as I can and get it out there. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of both for a while until I can get a good rhythm, because I've only been at this full-time thing for about a month, and it's been a crazy month so far. But that's my goal, and right now it's going to be trout fishing until ice fishing season starts, and then it'll be ice fishing, whatever species I can get onto first.
I know that most of the guys are out there in the feed right now, and they got to be thinking to myself, wait a minute. Behind him is a 2-year-old, and he's about to give up his consulting gig, and he's going to fish full time. Your wife must be very, very supportive of, and I don't mean just like, you know, supportive emotionally. She's got to be supportive financially too, because this is quite the, I mean, it's just quite the leap of faith in yourself, which I applaud,
Yes.
which I applaud tremendously. But you got to have one hell of a supportive partner. So
I do. She's absolutely amazing. I love her to death. She's in hopefully one of these photos behind me. One at the top that you probably can't see.
Yeah.
My wife Kelsey. She's amazing. She's supported me for the last. I think we've been married for 5 or 6 years. She's not watching right now. She's downstairs keeping my 2-year-old from roaring and saying dinosaur and running around the house like a crazy man. So financially, we're sound. She's got a fantastic remote job, so she works from home remote. I've been taking either a Saturday or Sunday for the last 5 years to go fishing, and basically, not seeing my son one day a week. I only get to see him a couple hours during the night. So now I get to see him all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and every night during the week, unless they do an overnight trip. So I'm seeing him more. We're financially sound. She's been awesome.
Amazing.
In this month, and I'm trying to figure out how to make this more of a business and make money and some income. And right now she's supporting me, so that's fantastic.
Well, what do you say we before we go to the phone lines, let's give away a golden ticket. So we're gonna call the first golden ticket today. And again, if for some reason this is your first time tuning in, your box has an individually numbered ticket. I'm about to read it off, and if you win, send an email to marketing@monsterbass.com. Let us know you won. We'll figure out whether you're telling me the truth or not. You'd be surprised at the number of people that literally send emails. They're like, I won. I'm like, show me the ticket. And they're like, well, I don't have it. I'm like, well, come on, man. Anyway, all right. So the first golden ticket. Everybody ready? At the moment I say the first letter, half the crowd gets so pissed. R7808 M2535. That's the first one today. All right, let's take our first call, and he's no stranger to the show, so this should be a pretty good one. How's it going, man?
Oh, it's going pretty good. How are you guys doing?
Good, good. This would be T-Rex, everyone, if you hadn't figured that out. But
how's it going?
Did you want me to open up with a one-liner? What you gonna do, brother? No, that's just kidding. How you doing, Josh?
Pretty good. Yourself?
I'm doing good. Just working and staying busy, trying to get some fish time in. My question for you is, what's the top 2 baits you use for the fall transition?
Good question.
What species we talking?
Better question.
Largemouth or spotted bass?
Species. What species?
Largemouth or spotted bass?
Well, I've never caught a spotted bass, but I can tell you for largemouth, for this transition time, and I haven't really targeted bass in a little while because I don't do tournaments anymore. But I would throw it's called like a silver buddy or a what do they call them? Yeah, silver buddy, but it's like basically a bladeless or a blade bait, basically. And I would go probably in the 20 to 30 foot mark and just crank that back and you'll get them to whack. And that same mindset, I was just on Lake Champlain and we were throwing like a 5-inch Kitech white and they were hammering that too. So any sort of like reactionary bite, because they're going to be sitting in chilling in cold water, and something that they can just like snap at, would be your best bet. And people think like you just go slow and just go fast and just cover water, and you'll find them.
What do you think, T-Rex?
Yeah, I've been doing really good on the crankbait that Monster Bass sent out 2 months ago. The white one with the yellow stripe down the side. They've been just squashing it. I've been having, I'm about wore that thing out already.
What bait are you talking about?
And then there's one you guys sent out from Strike King. It's out on my boat, so I don't know the name of it offhand, but I know it's a deep diving crankbait. Yeah.
Yeah, those reaction bites in the fall. If they're schooled up, you can just absolutely slay them if you just send anything by their face. I've had luck with dead rigs too, like everybody has. Especially in the fall, if you find them schooled up, just send anything past them fast, and they'll hit it.
All right. Well, I know it's going to be a short show today, so I don't want to take up too much time. I want to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving next week, and you guys be safe.
Yeah, man.
Thank you very much.
How you doing? You're good though?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Mama's chemo's going good. Yeah, just doing what we do.
All right, bro. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys. You guys have a great Thanksgiving again, and everybody else out there listening, happy Thanksgiving to all my big fishing family. Monster Bass up.
You got it. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family, man. All right. Let's oh wait, is that somebody else? All right. All right, what do you say we invite someone on the line that knows a thing or two about building a channel and what it takes to try and do this full time? Should we try and get him to come online and we can talk to him about it?
Yes, please.
All right.
any help I can get, that'd be great.
All right. He knows who it is. Call in now, or I'm getting your mama after you. Anyway, so you're multi-species. You love ice fishing, and the types of videos, right? Like the cinematic stuff that you want to make. So is this going to turn into a once a week kind of thing, or are you talking about stuff that's going to be a much bigger of a production that?
Yeah, the thing is, I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm still trying to figure out what my audience is transitioning to. So I started the channel as a bass fishing channel, and I was doing tournaments for a couple of years, and that made it easy, just one species. And then I was on Lake Champlain, one of the best fisheries, east of the Mississippi. And then I got a chance to travel almost the entire United States for about 6 months. I drove all the way to Alaska and California, went all around the place, and started to learn about salmon and all these other species that I could target. And so I started doing some of that. So my plan is to do, maybe a how-to video a week, because I love teaching and sharing. That's what I kind of did with the consulting work. So I'm good at that. And then doing some overnight trips, some underwater camera footage, especially for ice fishing, doing something that's not on YouTube really.
Sure.
Venturing out and trying to get that audience. I don't know if you watch anybody like Uncut Angling or Jay Siemens, those Canadian guys that I'm jealous of because they're already on ice, or one of them is. Stuff like that. The really, really good edited videos. I wish I could catch monster fish like they do every time, and I know they go out for a whole week straight and try to catch one fish.
Right.
But that's my goal. Along with doing some simpler videos for someone who wants to get started in ice fishing that doesn't have, I probably have $8,000 worth of equipment on the ice, not including camera gear. So someone who just wants to go out and just find some perch or some lake trout to catch, doing some simpler stuff, some basic stuff. So I want to do a little mix of both, but I haven't really figured that out yet. This year should be the determining factor of what my audience really likes. So
sure.
A lot of my audience comes from fly fishing, and a lot of it comes from ice fishing. So trying to split the difference between the two right now is difficult this time of year.
Do you have a bucket list of people you'd like to collaborate with?
Yeah. Uncut Angling, number one. He's my idol for the last probably 5 years since I've been doing this. Mainly the ice fishing side of his channel is just awesome. Jay Siemens, and then there's another Canadian guy, and probably John B. From the Guggen. I really like his cinematic film kind of stuff, where he he's not just bank fishing from the shore, which is, I have nothing against that. It's just there's so much stuff going on in social media right now with TikTok that YouTube has to completely, I think YouTube has to completely separate itself. You have to be really, really good quality stuff on YouTube, or you can produce something that's 1 minute long on TikTok and go viral. So it's
sure.
I'm kind of torn on the content because, I made a PVC pipe thing on the roof of my truck. to spray down to make basically a PVC shower, and that went viral on TikTok, and it did nothing on YouTube. So that the platforms are kind of clashing with each other right now.
Sure.
What to do? So it's, do I go a 20-minute cinematic video, or do I do something quick and dirty and hopefully that it, you know, it takes off on YouTube? So it's a, and I want to make stuff that my audience can learn from and take from and get value out of.
Yeah.
And making it look good, which is definitely hard. It's easier on ice because nothing's moving. There's no water moving. There's no wake. There's no wind that it really affects anything. So be prepared to see some crazy stuff this ice fishing season. Some overnights, some sight fishing stuff.
Nice.
We just gotta wait for some ice. That's what my goal is.
Love it. Well, why don't we bring someone on that knows a thing or two about growing his channel, and let's see what he has to say, because he's obviously he's a lot smarter than me. I have better facial hair than him, but I mean, we'll give him a shot anyways.
That made me giggle, Rick.
Yeah. Hello, Alex Rudd.
That made me giggle. Hello, Rick Patrick. How are you?
Good. Alex, meet Josh. Josh, meet Alex.
Josh,
how's it going, Alex?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just hanging out, battling a cold right now, so I'm just kind of hanging out.
You get tested?
No, I didn't get tested. No, it's a virus that's going around.
I don't know, man. You live in the South. There's no COVID in the South.
Yeah, that's what they tell us. So.
All right. So, Alex, you know a thing or two about growing your channel. And
yeah,
I remember when you had 5,000 subscribers. What do you got today? 7? 8?
I don't know. It's like, 7,000. No, I just rolled past 45,000 actually.
Damn.
I see that. That's fantastic.
Good work, bro. So, what would you tell him? He's just made the leap to go full time at this.
Yeah, that's a big leap to make, man. It's a leap that I've still not made yet, and I think it's one of those things. If you have the financial, yeah, I think it's one of those things that if you have the financial freedom and the ability to do it, then do it. I mean, I just seen a thing today. I actually read an article. It said content creators and influencers are now, according to like U.S. business reports, the fastest growing small business in America. I mean, so we're just now tapping. Yeah, we're just now tapping into the potential of what we can do here. But I mean, man. The biggest thing with growing for me has always just been consistency. It's just consistently putting out the best quality content that I can, or it's consistently putting out the quality of content that I enjoy making. Because when I make things that I don't enjoy, it comes out in my videos, and people can read me like a book, because you only get one Alex Rudd, and it's the one you get right now. Like, I can't fake it. I'm not, the dude who puts on a show. So, yeah, dude, I mean, I think, as far as doing it full time, it's something I've been working towards really, really hard for a long, long time. And, I'm still not in a position to be able to do it financially, with Bethany and just where we're at in life right now. But, dude, since you've got that opportunity, like, saddle that horse up and ride that bitch as hard as you possibly can, because, dude, you're in a position that not very many people are in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, trust me, I am still trying to figure that out, and I am like absolutely blessed that I have the opportunity to do this, and my wife is supporting me, and we made it good through COVID, and we bought a house during the pandemic, the lockdown, and all that kind of stuff. And it's been a crazy couple of years, and it's couldn't stay on my day job anymore, and I've been working on this for 5 years, and I'm hoping that my subscribers and my audience will help me get to that level where I can, start paying some of my mortgage, so my wife doesn't have to pay it all. But luckily, she makes a ton of money, and when she says jump, I just say, "How high, dear?" And then I just jump.
Yeah. Smart.
Like one day I was digging trenches in the front yard instead of fishing, because that's what I needed to do. So I'm trying to do that. I haven't seen any of your videos I'm actually on your channel now, and I'm sorry that I just, I just don't. I personally don't watch a lot of YouTube because I'm always either fishing or editing, and so I'm not following a lot of people's content. I only watch maybe a couple videos a week,
Mm.
if that,
Mm.
if I have time. Right now, I'm doing probably 50, 60 hours a week on either fishing or editing or doing business stuff.
Nice. Well, the one thing I could tell you about Alex is you're talking about getting to know your audience. He knows his audience really well, and he knows himself really well, and he doesn't compromise. You'll never see the guy fishing with a gummy bear. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but that's just not his style. And I think when you remain really consistent, it's kind of like tuning into a show. Your audience, they watch the show because they like it, and they know every week it's going to be something similar, and it's a similar recipe. And you do that, and once you've built up a following, that's when you can actually start to influence and move product because, you've built up that reputation. So I'd say he's a good channel to at least watch and get to know.
Yeah, for sure. And
I agree, Rick. No, go ahead, man. I was just going to say, I mean, I agree with Rick. One of the things I always go back to as far as consistency is like Grey's Anatomy. And I know it's a funny comparison, but like Grey's Anatomy is the longest running TV show of all time. And the reason it is that is because it's consistently consistent every single week. You can expect the same thing, all the characters, the drama, and somebody's going to die. And like, it draws in. And like, I mean, dude, it's one of those things. I think a YouTube channel is very similar. I hate to compare us to anything on TV because we're not that at all. And I've been around people who make fishing television very different than YouTube fishing and doing what we do. But dude, people crave consistency. That's for absolute certain.
Yeah, and I think that's really good advice. And I think that's part of my problem. I have a very short attention span. I can't just go target the same thing all the time, and that's why I switched to like multi-species. And I've been starting to look at like my analytics and stuff and realizing a lot of my traffic comes from fly fishing, and then a lot of my traffic comes from ice fishing. So I'm going to start going in that direction and see if my audience likes that consistency work. So like I said, I've traveled. I started living I was in Connecticut, and then I was in New Hampshire, then I was in Vermont, and then I traveled around. So my content's been all over the place and changed a bunch of different times. Started off with bass fishing, like I said, so it's just changed a bunch. And I think that's, like you said, the consistency's not there. And now that I have, 50, 60 hours a week that I can put into it, I can make consistent content and make good, consistent content. Before I was like, okay, here's a quick edit, blast it on YouTube. Hopefully it does well. And that's what I was doing before, just to like keep up with the Joneses, basically posting once a week, which is
right on.
Obviously not worked after 5 years. I mean, it's worked enough for 5 years, but not fantastic.
Well, here's four fun facts. Wait, hold on, Alex. Here's four fun facts. First one is I never thought we'd talk about Grey's Anatomy on Monster Bass Live. Number two. Wait, hold on. Number two, The Simpsons is the longest running show. Number three, my twin 8-year-old girls were the babies for Dr. Patrick Dempsey's character. I think it was Patrick Dempsey. Yeah, Patrick Dempsey's character, when he had little babies, they were the babies. And number four, I've never seen an episode of Grey's Anatomy in my life. Moving on.
I don't think I have either.
Moving on.
But anyway, the Simpsons is consistently consistent. It's the thing. But no, what fascinates me about like fly fishing and like that multi-species deal is, man, there are freaking giant YouTube channels that no one has ever heard of if you're not into that type of fishing. And it's like one of my favorite channels one of my favorite channels that I watch that like, and I don't watch a lot of YouTube either. There's just a few channels that I enjoy. Youngblood. He lives in Australia. He fishes saltwater, does a bunch of like, just lives on the ocean, and that's what he does. And like goes and catches mud crabs and stuff. Stuff that we don't even have here in America. But like, dude, it's just fascinating to watch that guy. But it's also fascinating to see how many Australian fishing YouTubers there are and how giant some of that like culture is around that stuff. So I mean, dude,
Oh, yeah.
whole fly fishing thing. I actually know a guy, Fish Hawk. He lives over in the East Coast, and I think he lives in Virginia. And we've messaged back and forth a bunch, and just kind of been in contact with each other. And I helped him get a few sponsors and do stuff like that. But like that dude blew up, and all he does is trout fishing now, and like fly fishing and light tackle fishing, and like that's what blew his channel up. And I think he's at like 200,000 subs now, and
wow.
he's doing YouTube full time, and he built it all off the back of like trout fishing and light line fishing and that kind of stuff. And I mean, it's just crazy, man. There's a bunch of different kind of fish that swim around the waters around me here in East Tennessee, and there's cultures for each one of them. And like, you can build audiences off about anything. I mean, YouTube's an amazing place because I tell people all the time, if you've got a hobby, go film yourself doing it because there's no telling what could happen. There's actually a guy I watched. This is hilarious. It's this older gentleman and his wife, and they own a farm, and like they chop wood and like get wood ready for winter, and that's like their whole channel is built around that. But like I watch his reviews on chainsaws and crap, and I don't even know why I do it. I just enjoy the guy more than I even enjoy the chainsaws and all that stuff. But it's just like I watch him because he's enjoyable to watch, and it's just funny.
Sure.
It's consistent. It's just great. But yeah, man, it's wicked, dude. It makes me happy to see people who get to go after the dream of doing what they want to do and being their own boss. That's what I work towards every single day. I'm an elementary school teacher right now, so I have the ability to make a lot of content and have a lot of time during my week and during my year to be able to make content and do what I want to do and travel and kind of make the YouTube thing full time, even though I do work full time too. And it's cool, man. I'm working towards not being the boss every single day. So it's awesome to hear that you're going to be able to do it. I hope you just absolutely freaking crush it.
Yeah, that's just my goal. Hopefully this winter takes off for me, and the ice fishing content's consistent because there's only like that's my niche or my niche market, and then fly fishing I'm thinking is my other part of it. And stop doing a bunch of other crazy things to see if they work. And the ice fishing stuff just really takes off for me. I mean, my views go from, they almost quadruple during ice fishing season just because there's only a few ice fishing. I mean, I watch some ice fishing content, but it's only a few ice fishing states basically in the United States until you go into Canada. So there's only a small group of content creators, and I want to do it. I want to do it best in the lower 48. That's my goal.
Right on.
Yeah.
Good
so,
stuff.
Tell me, like, can you build? And this is just me being curious about the content because I've never even seen a lake freeze in my life. Like, I don't even know what that looks like. I don't know what ice fishing is at all. My only exposure to it is through Ben Nowak, and he doesn't even enjoy it, and he lives up in Michigan, but he's done it before and kind of told me about it. Is it kind of like deer hunting where you could almost build a whole year around the ice fishing experience? Because, there's dudes who deer hunt, and deer hunting is a season, but there's dudes who spend their entire year focused on deer hunting. Can you do that with ice fishing, or is that just not something that you do? Or, like, I don't know, I'm ignorant to that. Can you explain that to me?
Yeah, so right now I'm already prepping for ice fishing season, and it might not start for another month. I will go with my boat ahead of time and scout new lakes, even though that they're closed to fishing. Just because our seasons up here are ridiculously stupid. I will scout new lakes with side scan and do some live imaging at the bottom of the lake to find places to ice fish, especially if they're new. And find places that don't have a lot of current. So I'll pre-scout for that. I will find places that are stocked this time of year. And then, once ice hits, I will be standing on 2 inches of ice, which is not safe at all. But I'll be fishing on 2 inches of ice, which, guessing's like that, 2 or 3 inches of ice, where I've had the police called on me. I've had fishing game called on me for walking on unsafe ice.
That's crazy.
But I'm standing in 1.5 feet of water. That's where the fish are. They're literally up that shallow for brook trout. But you can build a whole season around it. There's a lot of guys that don't do any sort of fishing but ice fishing because they're kind of immobilized. So I've seen people out on wheelchairs out in the ice because it kind of like levels the playing field for anybody because, you know, if the ice is solid and safe, anybody can walk out and drill a hole no matter where. You don't need crazy electronics. You don't need crazy, you know, fast boats or anything like that. You can walk to wherever you want to go and drill a hole and fish. It's very, very humbling too, like to get out there and do that. But you can definitely build a whole season around it. I know people that are, you know, started trapping shiners and stuff like that almost a month ago, including myself, to build up for that ice fishing season because like bait up here is pretty expensive. Um, and most of the people right now that I know are out hunting, like you said, they're, you know, out hunting or scouting or they're setting up cameras. Um, I don't hunt, but I might get into it just because there's such a lull in the YouTube action right now this time of year in my part of the world that I might venture out into that too. I'm not sure yet, but hopefully that answers your questions. I don't really hunt that much or at all, really.
No, that sounds interesting to me. I mean, the whole fact that you're going out and catching bait, I mean, that just interests me. In the off season, interests me. You know, I heard Gary Vee say at one time, like, let people know about the struggle, right? And like let people in on the struggle of doing what you're doing. And even if it's not like a true struggle, like, you know, you're not at a, you know, it's not like you're out there struggling to do it, but it is a obstacle in your way. And so I think it would be cool content to just like hear you talk about having a fishing off season, because that's something we don't have here in East Tennessee, or going out and finding bait, because again, that's something like we don't have to worry about in East Tennessee. Like if I want to go net up a bunch of gizzard shad, I can literally take you to the place any time of year and we'll net up 1,000 of them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's cool. I mean, I could definitely see some interesting content being bred out of that. Like this, you know, hey, this is what we're doing today to prepare for this thing that we all love to do. And these are some things that you can do to prepare for this thing that we all love to do. I think it's very interesting.
Well, listen, Alex, sure. I appreciate you calling in. I only have 14 minutes left. And I need to make sure I end this on time, or my flat Earth friend is not going to get the dude, you know, the time.
Does he really believe in flat Earth?
Dude, if you had come to the St. Lawrence meetup, you would have heard all about everything from flat Earth to the little people that live under the earth in Tennessee or Kentucky. What was the other one?
Oh, the wind.
Rafi, what was the other one?
No, yeah.
There was, dude, honestly, like I. Oh yeah, the moon landing's totally fake. 100%. 100%. No, but I love it.
And I'm changing that because he's got to come on, and all we have to talk about is that kind of stuff.
Yeah. No, you could talk for hours about the conspiracies that this guy believes in, and they're the best. He's such a good dude. And we spend an entire night laughing about this stuff. So anyway, I want to make sure I end on time. So Alex, thank you for calling in. I do like the hashtag make Rick rich better than make Rudd rich. So I think we're going to go with that moving forward. You okay with that?
That's a bullcrap hashtag. All right, I'll see you, buddy.
All right, man.
Josh, y'all have a good night.
Likewise.
All right, bye. All right, so we're gonna jump to another call. You okay with that?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's do it. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Rick, what's going on? Big Rich Fishing.
Big Rich Fishing. What's going on?
How you guys doing?
We're good, man.
Yeah.
You got a question for Josh?
Hey. Well, I do actually. So you're at like 5K, 5.22. I just checked in, just joined, and subscribed to your channel.
Thank you very much.
Hey, no problem. So, all right, how do I say this? I'm a beginner YouTuber myself. My kids are the ones that actually told me I should start YouTubing my fishing because I love fishing so much. So I did that. And I'm struggling right now because I've skunked the last 5 times I've been fishing at this pond. Should I post the videos even if I skunk, or I don't know how to ask that question, but
no.
yeah. Should I?
So first off, I would stop going to that pond.
All right.
Yeah, I would stop going there. So, what's the name of your channel, Big Rich Fishing?
Big Rich _ fishing. Yeah, I'm not trying to put a shout out on my channel or nothing like that, but yeah.
No. I just wanted to check it out and check you out. I'm not. There we go. I got you. Yeah, I don't think finding it yet. But so I always tell everybody I get skunked all the time. I got skunked this morning because there was a damn seal where I was supposed to be fishing. And I could have produced that because I made a bunch of good B-roll and a bunch of content, flew the drone and everything. One of my videos had 4,000 views and I didn't catch a single fish. And I was fishing. You never know what YouTube's going to do with it, especially if you're just a small channel. They could be like, oh, we're just going to test this guy and put his content out there. The algorithm will do that sometimes every once in a while and just say, this content is different from everybody else. It's, this guy just, bank fishing and talking to himself, and people like that raw content. Yeah, I had a video that had like 4,000 views when I first started my channel. I'm like, I didn't catch any fish. There's nothing crazy about this video at all. It was just me and my dog fishing with a special Tenkara rod that might have been part of it, but release it. Edit it to make it seem like you're, talking and going, and it's not going to hurt. And for me, I can go back and look at videos 5 years ago and be like, damn, that's cringy. That's like really cringy. But that's how you start. You never know what YouTube's going to do with it. You really don't know, because they're on their own little world on how they promote stuff and how they do stuff. That's what I tell you.
Okay. And my one other final question for you, Josh, is I think Fishing with Gramps already said it. For this time of the month, I mean, it's difficult. What do you use to catch fish during the fall season?
Well, most of the time right now I'm going for trout, just because that's what my audience kind of goes for. Okay. If not, I'm using some sort of swim bait to cover water. So, a Kitech paddle tail, something with that brightly colored for the water that I have up here, or some sort of, I like rattle trap a lot, like silver rattle trap, something that's bright and shiny and you can rip it past their face, because you're going to get a reaction bite. I don't know what your water temps are down there, but they're like 45 degrees up here in some spots. So that's what we use up here for the most part. Something that they're just going to snap at, but you got to cover water and get it up to their face.
Okay. Do you ever do any like briefings on like what you use in your videos at all, like your fishing rod, your fishing reels, and your lines and your baits, or anything like that?
I do every once in a while when I really like a product. I try not to review bad stuff. I'm gonna I try not to, because I don't like blasting companies. Sometimes I just get bad products sometimes. I don't do a lot of reviews. I should do them more, and I've been asked for a couple times for people to do that. And like I said, you've heard me before. Like, I'm trying to figure out what kind of content my audience likes. So I'm an Abu Garcia guy. That's what I started fishing with, and that's what I've kind of stayed with so far. But
me too.
Yeah, I've done some reviews, and some of them have done well, and some of them completely flop. So it's more of what's out there, and I have a couple Abu Garcia rods that they don't even make anymore, but I absolutely love them. So there's no point of doing the review anymore. But hopefully that answers your question. But and right now is not the time.
It does. I appreciate it. I'm watching the clock myself. So go ahead.
Say that again. Yeah, if you want to give your channel a boost, do a review, because what happens with YouTube and Google is YouTube is a platform to sell. That's my personal opinion. They're there to make ad revenue as much as any other company out there. So if I search Revo SX Abu Garcia into Google review, you want to be the guy that pops up, right? It's not going to be I'm not going to Google search big rich fishing a small pond. I'm going to search that review of that reel, and they're going to stumble upon your channel by doing that. And like, oh, this guy's good at reviewing stuff. He actually makes a lot of sense. And I have reviewed some reels and some fly fishing stuff, and the videos have done fantastic. And my channel got started by reviewing a $2,000 sonar because nobody else had done it yet. That makes me money every month. Gets me views every month, which is fantastic. So yeah, I would do reviews. I'm hoping to do more. I'm going to do a review of my snow dog and a couple of ice fishing stuff soon because that season's coming up for me. And a lot of people have stopped open water fishing up here. I'm like usually the only boat out because everybody's hunting up here. That's what everybody does up here during this time of year because it's too damn cold in the morning. We're seeing 28 degrees, 27 degrees some mornings.
Got it.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that, Josh and Rick.
Sure.
100%. I love your company and I love the monthly subscription. I appreciate you and what you do. And Fishing with Gramps and Alex Rudd, appreciate you guys too if you're still on listening. And I'm gonna hop off. So you got like 4 minutes left, man. I don't want to keep you. All right. Again, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate you, man. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
You too, guys.
All right.
All right. Bye.
All right. We are moving right along. We got 2 more callers. Hey, Fixie, let's turn off the hotline. I want to stick to. No, I don't want to take a ticket. No. I want to talk to my next caller. We're going to end on some high notes. Okay. All right, let's take our next caller. We got lots of callers from Los Angeles. Go ahead.
Hello there, Rick. I'm your man who's going to hype you up for the holidays. You
Oh.
wore my holiday heart. Talked about the VIP list to start the show.
All right. Should I just turn the show over to you?
Here we go. I got you, buddy. Now,
Okay.
I'm going to let everybody know. Go to monsterbass.com. Sign up for Rick's VIP list because absolutely this man came in, opened up the show telling you about it. Take that number down. Be able to leave your phone number with him. He's going to automatically send you a text on Monday and Friday. When he sends you that text on Monday and Friday, look for that super discount code. That discount code gives you some unbelievable value, and you got to know value with the world we live in today with these high-ass gas prices we're dealing with here in California. Let me show you guys what I got from the Outlet Bait Company. Since Rick was off for the last couple of weeks, I did pick up the Bagley Fat Balsa B2 two-piece bundle. I got a Man C4 crankbait in the Mac Tiger. I picked up 7-inch V-Glide warmouth sheephead and that carp at 7-inch brush-tail shad, which was unbelievably priced under $12 for the shad, under $10 for those other 7-inch. These are swim baits and they're glide baits. So basically, perfect value for the money. So of course, I picked up some Sluggos and I picked up some Lucky Strike smoothies, which Rick basically, Jimmy Houston, he does Rick Klein does it, but Jimmy Houston talks about the smoothie all the time. So if you want to talk that smoothie, that is the thing to have. So absolutely. Now, I know Rick says he's got to get off here in a minute. I'm not going to take long, but I'm going to be on staff next year, so I'm working up to my staff budget. So let everybody know that he's going to be the MC. Now, I'll ask Josh one question. What do you keep yourself warm with on the water when you go on the water? Is it hot coffee, hot chocolate, or hot toddy, which is gin and tonic? What do you keep yourself warm with? So at this time, what do you keep yourself warm with at that time?
I'm just like Rick, and I have gone cold turkey off a coffee, and I have gone to strictly tea. So it's either tea, and I don't drink on the ice because I'm usually on camera and I don't like slurring my words on the ice, or this time of year. So it's tea for me. I know that it's not super exciting, but that's what I do.
Well, that's what I'm feeling good about, man. You're respectable. I'm done raising my kids now. Grandkids are coming. So all I got is granddaughters coming right now. I expect my next granddaughter, which will be my 4th granddaughter next month. So officially, I'm a papa, and I love being a papa. Nothing like being a papa at this stage.
Congratulations.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. So I've got some homework for you. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead. Let me know what you need.
All right. So, for my birthday in October, I bought Tackle Outlet, right?
Yes. I know that. That's why I'm hyping that now.
Yeah.
I went to that site. That's where I got my bait from.
I'm loading that thing up with a ton of inventory for the holidays. So, you know, I'm going to have you on in 2 weeks, and I'm going to give you I'm going to give you a call if that's all right.
Absolutely. If you got my number, you know, if Ralphie got the number, give me a call. We'll work out the details. We'll do it in studio. We'll do it over the phone, however you want to do it.
All right. Well, I'll make sure Ralphie gives you a call.
All right, perfect, Rick. I know that Burley's going to be on in a little bit, so let the guys know, man. Go to that outlet. So I'm telling you right now, guys, if you want to save on some money, as Rick's figuring it out, he's going to send you these freaking codes, and those codes give you deep discounts. So go get that damn code on Monday. Yeah. Make sure you take advantage of those codes because it saves you money.
Yes. Thank you, man.
All right, but you guys, happy holidays, and don't eat too much turkey.
All right, happy holidays to you too, man.
Happy holidays.
All right.
Oh my God, that guy's the greatest. Like, can you imagine like just hanging out on the couch with him? He'd be so fired. He'd be so fired up. All right, we're gonna go from. We're gonna take our last call.
Perfect.
Go ahead, Jennifer.
What's going on?
Oh, it's not Jennifer.
Ha ha ha! That's hilarious.
Right. Who is this?
Oh, this is Brendan.
Oh, Brendan. First time caller. Yep. No, 44 calls. I see you've called into the show once or twice.
Oh yeah, I think I called in.
Every show. All right. Do you have a question for Josh?
Yes, I do. So why did you name your channel Bend It Fishing?
Crazy story. So the actual channel name is Bend It Bass Fishing. That's how I got it. That's because I started bass fishing. But I was just looking for a kind of a name, and it was, I forget the guy's name, the snowmobile guy on YouTube that says send it. I'm just gonna send it, and he launches like the beater snowmobiles over. I don't know if you watch snowmobiling stuff. I don't know where you're from. But it's just this redneck on YouTube that launches snowmobiles off stuff like really old snowmobiles and like hurts his back and stuff. And I thought that was pretty catchy, and so I picked Bend It Bass Fishing to like bend the rod, and I've only said it once in one video because it's too corny to say out loud in the video. I feel like I should, but that's how I came up with the name.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. So I'm from Georgia. I'm based in Georgia, so I had no clue what ice fishing is. So what's your favorite part about ice fishing, and why do you enjoy it?
My favorite part about ice fishing is you're stagnant. You're kind of like fixed in one spot, and you have to fish. You have to fish smarter than the fish, right? So you're in a boat, you can move around, you can use sonar, you can go around. This is before live scope, but I don't have a like live scope, live target kind of stuff yet. I'll get it eventually. But you're drilling an 8-inch hole, and if the fish can't see your bait, you're not going to catch any fish. You got to be in the right area at the right time of day for the right species, and it's a real technological puzzle a biological technological puzzle that I like figuring out. I like doing that problem solving. And if they're not there, you got to figure out. You got to go pack all your stuff up and move to a different spot. So it kind of like lowers the playing field for a bunch of people. Like everybody's kind of equal and they go on the ice, and you can walk wherever there's safe ice. Everybody's kind of in the same ball field. You don't have a lot of technology, and I really like video game style fishing. So jigging on the sonar straight down and seeing the fish come up and chase it. That's my style. I get excited when I see something on the sonar and I'm like, okay, it's underneath me. Yeah. I have 1 or 2 shots to try to catch it, and that's it. I can't just like pack up and go somewhere because it takes a couple minutes to set up. So that's why I like it so much.
Yeah.
It's not because I don't like cold. I dress like super warm. I bring heaters with me and stuff like that. I don't really like the cold, but that's what I do here in the Northeast.
Right on.
Yeah. So what is your dream fishing trip?
I just told my wife this the other day. It is going to this place called Duck Duck Island or Duck Lake in like Manitoba, Saskatchewan area in Canada in the fall and catching like 40-inch lake trout on a fly rod, and then going for pike and grayling.
Oh wow!
All in like the same weekend. And I looked it up. It's like $7,000 just for the lodge for 5 days.
Oh
and
wow!
Then you got to get there. So that's my ideal trip. Because I've been to Alaska already. That was a bucket list. That was awesome. Spent a month out there. So that's my next spot is western northern Canada, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
What were you doing in Alaska? Like, what fish were you fishing for?
Fished for almost all like salmon except for salmon, grayling, steelhead, Dolly Varden. I was on a 6-month road trip. We had sold our house in Vermont, bought an Airstream, and traveled the world. Well, not the world, but traveled North America for 6 or 7 months with my wife and my dog. And we just ended up in Alaska for about a month.
Amazing.
And just fished everywhere I could. I don't want to keep you too long. I know you got to go, Rick.
No. Let's answer the questions.
Good, yeah,
for sure. So.
Yeah, Alaska's phenomenal.
All right.
I think about
So,
it all the
Rick,
time.
did you say you needed to go?
Well, I don't want to cut you off, Brandon, but I want to try and keep this to an hour so that I can.
One more question.
No.
Go ahead. Yeah.
No.
Sorry.
No, you don't get another question. Okay. Is it a quick question?
All right. I'll see you guys.
No. Is it a quick question?
All right.
Go ahead. I'll try to quick answer. Yeah. How about that?
Go for it.
What's your favorite fish to target?
I just got asked this the other day, and it used to be bass, but I've now switched it over to lake trout. They are.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you're from Georgia, you probably never caught one. But you can catch one this big, and in the same spot, I caught one that was 31 inches.
Yeah. Amazing.
Oh, wow.
A fish that's 1 year old all the way up to, the one in New Hampshire that was, they just beat like the regional record. It was like almost 4 feet long and, I don't know. It was just massive fish. I mean, you can catch a fish that's almost 40, 50 years old in the next cast. You just never know because they just are massive. They fight well. They're just an awesome game fish. They're native to here. That's one of the other things I like about them. They're not stocked up here, which is fantastic. And that's my new favorite fish until I find something new. But not anytime soon, I don't think.
All right.
Yeah, well, we'll have a monster trout box pretty soon, so we'll keep you in mind for that one.
Oh, cool.
All right, Brendan. Well, thanks for calling in, man. Well, appreciate it.
Thank
you guys. Josh, good luck with your YouTube channel.
Thank you very much.
Have a good Thanksgiving, bro.
All right. You too.
All right. Bye. All right, man. Well, listen, for everybody that's sitting at home watching, we could spend another hour with Josh, but I did say from the get-go I want to try and be respectful of, Travis and the boys over on Burley Fishing. So when we're done here, I suggest you go over there and blow up their chat and, I don't know, tell them I sent you. And ask questions about flat Earth. Just literally go into the chat and ask about little people and flat Earth. I'm sure Travis will enjoy that. For those of you that love ice fishing, well, first of all, if you love fishing, I encourage you to go check out Bend It Fishing. Go check out his channel. Smash that subscribe button. He's going to be making some cool content with Monster Bass for in the next couple of months. I think you've got a breakdown of one of the ice fishing boxes on your channel.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd say you guys go give that a shout. Make sure you hit the like button. Help him. Help us. And that way we can all grow together because that's what we try to do here with Monster Bass. So
check out the ice box. The first box, I was utterly impressed by what you guys sent me. I was nervous about a bunch of junk, and it's actually really, really, really good stuff. Like if I was to go fill a box that size with stuff, I would have bought almost identical stuff. So
except for what about the Band of Anglers item? It's got 2 hooks, right? It's kind of.
I don't think I got that one.
Oh, maybe you didn't get that one. There's one bait. Yeah. There's one bait in there that I was like, wait a minute. I was so worried. I was like, wait a minute, this is a mistake. This can't be an ice fishing bait. And then I literally, they connected me to Patrick Sabile. I don't know if you know him, but Patrick Sabile. Yeah, and he designed the bait. And he's like, no, I designed it. And this is exactly how it works. I was like, all right, great. So anyway, well, I'm glad you like the ice fishing box. Check it out on his channel, Bend It Fishing.
Yeah, sure.
And Josh, thank you so much for being on the show today. Hopefully you can come back another time. And
yeah, you're very welcome.
Yeah, good luck with your adventures. And hopefully, next time we see you, you're sitting at 15, 20,000 subscribers.
Yeah, that's the plan. Thank you very much for having me.
You got it, man. Have a happy Thanksgiving for you and your family, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah, likewise.
All right, take care. All right, so that was Josh Treadwell. That's a pretty good dude. I like that. All right, we got a couple more golden tickets ready. C129V10244, T3795N6544, and D6305C2149. Those are our golden tickets for the evening. I've had a hell of a time with you guys. I hope you and your families have a really special, safe and special Thanksgiving together. Remember, we don't need a holiday just to remind ourselves how lucky and grateful we are. It should be part of our daily practice because, every morning when you wake up, you've got a choice. So why not choose to live in gratitude? Because you know what? Someone's got it worse than you. So head over to Burley Fishing. Give them a shout. Blow up their channel. Rick, what? Sly Fox Fishing is in the chat. I know you already said the first thing about what you're going to do as far as sending cash. I don't know if you want to talk there. In the chat? Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to send him the message, you said you would give him fishing rods. He's still asking about it. Oh, Sly Fox Fishing. Okay. Here's the problem. We're having trouble getting the rods shipped from my house because I'm shipping them in 8-foot PVC tubes. So we're going to hit you up, and I'm going to Venmo you money, and you can just go buy the rod of your choice, whether it's at the store or through Tackle Warehouse or something else, because I can't. They keep getting returned to me. I think they look like oversized pipe bombs. and so they're not delivering them. They keep bringing them back. So I'm going to make it right and just Venmo you guys some money. So we'll hit you guys up, and hopefully you like what you pick out. So with that, I'm going to say go blow up Burley Fishing. I'll see you guys over in the chat over there. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you guys soon. Happy Thanksgiving.